Abubakar Sharu Abdul is a polio victim who deals in jewelry at the Area 1 shopping center in Garki, Abuja. Doing business here can be challenging because the structures are not friendly to people like him. Whether for economic or social reasons, people living with disabilities have to deal with this challenge they are confronted with at thousands of public structures in Nigeria. The peculiar need of people living with disability is seldom factored into the design of public buildings as well as public facilities. Even public utilities such as toilets in these buildings are seldom tailored to the special challenges of this segment of the population.
Let me give you one example with Federal Ministry of Social Welfare Area 10. That is where our affairs are taking place, or Federal Secretariat. Before we enter the office of the minister or whatever, you must claim at least 3-story building. Definitely it always making us very straight, not me alone.
The situation is just about the same in major cities across Nigeria. Jibril Ismail Mohammed, an architect, says the Nigerian Building Code, however, has specific provisions meant to address this.
Most of these services, lifts, other things that you need to put to make a design universal, they are things that you do at the end product. And towards that stage, there's nobody checking it.
Getting around in public transportation can also be an ordeal for people living with disability. Their capacity to commute or travel independently is severely compromised by the fact that no mass transport bus is equipped with infrastructure to ease their access. And with the exception of a few overhead bridges just erected in Abuja, many other overhead bridges cannot also be accessed by them. As for zebra crossings, there are a few and far in between where they exist. Nigerians seldom respect them.
Overseas, when you want to cross the road, you see the pedestrian, you can see the sign, the blind cannot see the sign. But there are some things they put in there, like alarm. When you get there, you look for the alarm with your guide cane as a blind person, press the alarm so that the car coming will just stop.
All this make living for many people living with disability in Nigeria a depressing story. Over the years, there have been various attempts to get a disability bill passed into law as one way of addressing the plight of the disabled in Nigeria, but it has not seen the daylight. National President, Joint National Association of Persons Living with Disabilities, Ekaite Umo, however, believes that only legislation can bring about the change they desire.
And it's that kind of laws that will end up addressing the barriers like environmental barriers, architectural barriers.
For example, you may consider these stairs a piece of cake to climb, but for any person with a physical disability, it can be a mountain to climb. This, in a very small way, illustrates the dilemma that confronts people living with disability in Nigeria. Trying to live a normal life can be a mountain to climb. In Abuja, Omotola Mojola, NTA News.